Good vibrations, my good people. Today's episode is called Embracing a New Leaf, and this is a personal episode from your creator and host, Just the Best of Are You Being Gentle with Your Mental? And today is Monday, and you all know what that means. Mantra Monday, which states, I am choosing myself. I am choosing myself. I am choosing myself. And I don't feel like I'm alone in this new chapter or even in this mantra, this new age that I'm embracing. I began to evaluate from top down on what I needed to do to shift in my life. And ultimately, I am choosing myself in each aspect of my life. And today I am discussing 5 aspects that matter the most in my life right now. Number 1 is my health. You know, health has become a top priority for me. And I've definitely stepped up my self-care routine since the pandemic hit and we were on strict lockdown restrictions. It just made me think of all the things that I still had access to and creating different home remedies and just being able to figure out what could be a morning routine for me, what could be a night routine, and tracking those habits so that it could become a lifestyle. And as I'm growing and learning more about myself and even who I'm becoming, it's less about labels and more about me raising my consciousness daily. And so I want to know, what does self-care mean to you? For me, it means a holistic approach. And self-care means the act of mindfully living in a space of gentleness. And I can also go ahead and tag my article that I wrote on how to create a sacred space in your environment, which will talk about 5 different things that you can implement in your spaces, as we really want to make sure that you have sparks of joy inside your home. And so number 2 is spirituality and beliefs. And this new chapter, I have felt a shift to get back to building a greater relationship with the Most High, the divine connector, God. And for some of you that don't know, my family is very spiritual, and my mother's mom was actually a spiritualist, my grandmother, Camilla, and she prayed for us before passing, and she wanted to, send her blessings to each child that my mom would actually get to bear. And as you guys know, my mom and I just did our last episode for the first episode of the season, which is called The Chosen One. And I am my mom's only girl. And so I really learned so much with her, and I can still feel my grandmother's presence, especially as me and my mom spend time in moments of devotion and sharing either a daily testimony with one another. And, when I was younger, I actually fell in love with note taking during church. And it was a learned behavior because I would literally sit with my mom and watch her take notes. And when I tell you, she writes down everything, I literally mean that. And so in the past episode, I even talk about my notes being called Bible Talk when I was younger. And I'm still having these journals help me do self-reflective moments on where I've been and going. And so now I'm still calling my notes today, still Bible Talk, and it's just a full circle moment for me. And so currently I've actually been tuning into Transformation Church. Shout out to Transformation Nation with Mike Todd. And I am just loving the sermons down to the visualizations and the teaching that he is providing. It has me note taking like to a whole nother level. I'm in my note taking bag, you hear me, because I love literally using their acronym HOT, which stands for humble, open, and transparent. With anyone that knows me personally, you know that I am definitely a hot girl, and that is for humble, open, and transparent. Okay. But definitely shout out to Meg Stallion for getting us the woman empowerment ready for summertime. But let me know if you are a hot girl, a humble, open, and transparent, or if you a hot girl for summer. I want to know. But to digress, this year has really been something special. I really committed to fasting each quarter to help me stay grounded and receive clarity in my life. And the destination that I am bound to be great in. The calling on my life requires me to consistently check in with my mindset. As Spirit told me to begin with the mindset of His people, I find it imperative to do the inner work with myself, and I actually find joy in doing so. And number 3, recreation. I have fallen in love with nature, y'all, but not the bugs. Cancel the bugs, okay? Because I really actually had a scary reaction to a bug bite last year. And let's just say I did not enjoy that process. It really had me stressed out and emotional as ever. And I'm still recovering from it. But I really find joy in being able to have access to these different trails and going for hikes and mindful walks all around me. It really has helped me mentally and brought out a different side of happiness for me, even if I'm alone. I really want to actually take a moment to plug y'all in with a resource for all my listeners who are recreation lovers to use the app called All Trails. It's your guide to the outdoors. You will be able to discover the best hiking, running, and biking trails around the world. And no, this is not an ad. I just really wanted to share some good tips with my good people, which I personally love because I do see myself invested in traveling more in my traveling dreams and just making sure to include the big outdoors. And we are truly, truly blessed out here in California. We have an island that I just went to go travel on, and it was beautiful for hiking. We have the mountains. And so I just really encourage anyone listening, even if you're not in California, just to make it a task this week to get outdoors, even if it's for 10 minutes, to fall in love with what was created for you to enjoy. And I know personally, I gifted myself with some new hiking boots. Woo woo. And I am in love, love, love with them. Because seriously, y'all, when I put them on, there's like a high vibration that takes place within my body. And I've just planned to treat myself with equipment to enjoy the riches of my well-being. And number 4 is personal growth. This new leaf is my last year in my 20s, and I have just been very open to learning and educating myself in the next decade. Even while building my brand, I understand that myself is evolving, and it's refreshing and challenging, to be honest, to be able to balance myself and become a startup that I created last year with Just Be You. It's blossoming. And I even find myself on a personal level open to love again on a romantic level. I've been single for close to 3 years now, and thoughts of having someone to share life with on a healthy level has me excited about my personal growth. So universe, please hear me and connect me with the one who will challenge me to be the best, commit to our growth, and be intentional as we discover how dating can be sacred and rewarding. The 5th one is community. This work that I do is for the people, and my dedication has birthed a movement called Choose Unity for Community, which ties into my business and personal life. And to provide a backstory for my new listeners, I was actually born into community with a large family dynamic. I grew up understanding that there's power in the people and educated myself in human development when I entered college. Then post-college, I received my purpose in life to begin with the mindset of the collective. And then as I look back over the timeline of my life, just the stars are truly in alignment for where I was and where I'm heading into. And, last year, we were able to birth a virtual event called the Day of Healing. And that is actually still going on. And our next one is for May 21st to reset and recharge as organizers and activists and the people who give to others. And this was all intentionally created to shift positivity back into our communities on the uprising and the unjust of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And just shout out to my partners, Music Changing Lives and the NAACP of San Bernardino and Compassionate Region for helping me carry on this mission. And to anyone who has joined our session, thank you. It's actually called a Day of Healing because we host sessions throughout the day in 9, 2, and 7. So go to my link tree in the notes and learn more how you can get involved, and I would love to see you there. But as I'm reflecting over the worldwide audience that we've gained, it really has inspired me to know that this was actually a movement and not a moment. And recently this year, it has just been so fulfilling implementing mindfulness in our communities. Thank you to everyone who has reached out and has connected me to be a part of either hosting a guided meditation and just space for us. And this past Sunday was so refreshing. And April 18th, we actually celebrated 23 years for the anniversary of Music Changing Lives. And shout out to my brother, Josiah Bruni, the CEO and founder, who started this when I was 6 years old. I'm so proud of you. And even we were able to start planting our seeds in our butterfly garden. And the reason why it's called a butterfly garden is because we've planted milkweed trees, actually, to be correct, to help with the migration of monarch butterflies. And so life has really been so rich with knowing that we're not supposed to do this work alone, but join together with the right intention to inspire the next generation. With coming from a large family and having my brother Josiah as a mentor, as a boss, as a brother, has been rewarding, to say the most. I'm truly proud of your journey and all that you have brought and inspired in me to continue the work as well. So thank you. And let us get ready, y'all. This is a new season with great interviews from around the world, new countries, yes, with new guests. And what's that famous thing? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I am choosing myself and I'm sharing my journey with you all between interview episodes. And I really have come so far that we've completed a whole episode of series together. The first series is available now. Go back and listen if you haven't, and tap into these amazing creators doing phenomenal work and support us. Sometimes new growth requires new circles, new locations, and a new mindset. And I'm ready to receive it all and achieve the life that I deserve. So I'm praying for guidance and definitely discernment on my journey, but let us continue to do what is right to do and continue to be gentle with our mental. And if you will be ever so kind to leave an Apple Podcast review and rating, and tweet me to let me know what comes to mind when you heard today's mantra. I am choosing myself. We out. My podcast now has merch. Begin each day with the Aura mug to remind yourself to connect with your senses. Take a mindful moment to check in with your mental thoughts, emotions, and/or by asking yourself, are you being gentle with your mental? Which is featuring a unique design of hands protecting the divine energy of your brain. This mug empowers us to be kind with ourselves and others. Remember, we cannot pour from an empty cup. So may this cup always be filled with a flow of positive energy, and you can purchase yours today or gift somebody by going on my website, jessbeu.org, and go ahead and support the mindful communities that we're building together. Peace and love, y'all.